Hey, I'm Ray Talabis. Today's October 1st, 2018, beginning of fall. Gonna do another episode in my cigar reviews. Wonderful night out here in Baltimore. Kind of hot and muggy for a fall day, for a fall night. But hey, it is what it is. I'm shooting outside. Um, and it's nice to be outside when you do these kind of things. These shoot a review. Nice to be in the great outdoors. Today's cigar review. One of my personal favorites. It's a historic brand. It's a historic cigar brand. Just like Davidoff and Dunhill. The cigar comes from the company La Aurora out of the Dominican Republic. La Aurora Cigar Company is the first and oldest cigar company in the Dominican Republic. Um, its founder was Eduardo Leon Jimenez. I mean, a lot of people know the Leon Jimenez cigars. He was the founder of La Aurora. Um, it was founded in 1903. It's the first and oldest cigar company out of the Dominican Republic. To me, it's the grandfather. La Aurora is the grandfather of all Dominican cigars. I mean, I love Fuente. Arturo Fuente is my favorite cigar company, regardless of the fact that it comes out of the Dominican Republic. But even coming from that viewpoint, I really do believe the greatest cigar. Just my opinion is the greatest cigar company out of the Dominican Republic is La Aurora. It started the whole thing. I visited the website, saw some of its history, and the website states that it's the only Dominican cigar company with 100% Dominican roots. Very storied cigar company, making great products. Um, they're famous for their perfectos or double figurados. They started making those originally as some of their first cigars, and they're well known for their preferidos, double figurados. You'll know that some of them come in like metal tubes or whatever. I heard they're wonderful cigars, but they kind of aren't on the high price point level, so I haven't really smoked them before. But tonight's review is the La Aurora, um, La Aurora 107. 107 is an anniversary. 107, that's why it's 107 for 107 years. This La Aurora. I want to say it's a robusto size. Looks to be a 5 1/4 by I want to say like a 52 ring gauge. It's got a natural color. Um, um, I mean, to me, I fell in love. Again, this is one of those cigars that I smoked a long time ago, and I fell in love with it the first time I smoked it. It was such a powerful cigar. I mean, I equate power with La Aurora. Um, to me, there's not too many more powerful cigars than La Aurora. I remember that first La Aurora just was just such powerful smoke. It was a little bit too much for me, but I loved it. I mean, the power out of that coming out of that cigar. I mean, that's what I equate La Aurora with is power, and that's why I bought a box of these. This comes out of my personal stock of cigars. It's about I want to say about 3 years old. Um, they're just such powerful cigars. I mean every single La Aurora I smoked have been like one of the most powerful cigars I ever smoked. So I bought a box of these. Probably have like I would imagine I was a box of 20, so I probably have around 8 left. They're such powerful cigars, they're kind of scary to think about smoking sometimes. That's why I haven't smoked all of them already, but they're great cigars. That's why I bought a box of them. So Anyway, so that's the review for today. A little bit of history with the introduction of this cigar. Like I said, the founder was Eduardo Leon Jimenez, founded in 1903 out of the Dominican Republic, um, and um, and it's the oldest and first cigar company coming out of the Dominican Republic. I'm going to be going ahead and pairing this with a couple of beverages. Going to be drinking some Anchor Steam beer out of San Francisco. Very famous beer. Famous for a reason. It's a great beer. A nice light to medium light body with caramel. Very nice beer. Also, going to be pairing it with some Abuelo, 7-year-old rum um, out of Panama. Wonderful rum. I love Abuelo. I love Abuelo. I love Ron Zacapa. There's a lot of great rums out there. Coffee, some water. Yeah, this cigar, it does have that natural color to it. Very, very powerful cigar. Um, very firm, very firm cigar. Uh, Probably about as firm as like an Opus. Beautiful, light, natural aroma coming off the wrapper. A fainter, natural tobacco aroma coming off the foot. All right, so that's the review for today. Today is October 1st, 2018, around quarter after 9 in Baltimore, Maryland, Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Seaboard. So that's what it is today or tonight. Hope everyone's out there. Today's Monday again, so it's like it's the beginning of the work week for a lot of people, beginning of the week for everybody else. Hope you all take care out there. I'm going to catch a break right here, get a little bit more organized, and I'll be right back. Ciao. Hey, back again. Um, yeah, so tonight's review again is the La Aurora 107. Um, it's an anniversary. 107 standing for 107 years. Making cigars in the Dominican Republic by La Aurora. You'll notice I'm wearing my black Opus X hat. I mean, like I said, I don't know. I mean, Arturo Fuente makes such great products and everything. That's why I love them, regardless of the fact that they're from Dominican Republic. But I mean, if you ask me what the greatest, cigar company or cigar factory from the Dominican Republic, I mean, all my respects is to La Aurora. Um, the first, the oldest. To me, it's the grandfather of all cigar companies coming out of the Dominican Republic. That's how much respect I have for La Aurora. Besides the fact that these cigars kick your ass, man, kick you in the butt. These are kick-ass, strong cigars. I would say this cigar is stronger than even Joya de Nicaragua, my favorite Nicaraguan cigar company. They're the first and the oldest too, coming out of Nicaragua. But I do love their cigars more than any other Nicaraguan cigars. Even though I love the hell out of my father and Tatuaje, which comes from my father, and obviously Padron and everything. But my favorite cigars coming out of Nicaragua are I've said it before, Joya de Nicaragua. They're such powerful, you know, straightforward smokes, and there's a different Joyas are like more kind of like dark natural, and most Auroras are like natural to even Connecticut. I think the first Aurora I smoked was Connecticut. It was such a strong cigar. I have such great memories of smoking low Auroras over the years. So, like I said, my first low Aurora I probably smoked like 25 years ago or 30 years ago. It was one of the first smokes that I smoked and fell in love with the power right away. So, here we go. Gonna go ahead and cut this little cigar. Gonna go ahead and toast it. Gonna go ahead and toast the edge of the foot. All right. Yeah, La Aurora time. Yeah, like I said, like I love these cigars. It's sort of like loving, like hot chilies. You know what I mean? Hot chilies, like they hurt you when you eat them, but after you eat them, you still crave them, and that's what it is with the cigar. It's so powerful. At the moment, it's a little bit powerful, more powerful than you can even take. But then, like after you smoke it, you're like, I want some more. You know what I mean? So that's how I characterize my love for La Aurora cigars and everything. You gotta respect them. I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why I love. I give so much respect to the La Aurora company. Is the fact that they're the first and oldest Dominican cigar company, and the fact that their cigars are so powerful. Yeah, it's powerful right away. Power right away. It's such a powerful smoke. I mean, I don't know. If it wasn't so powerful, I probably wouldn't have any more left or whatever. But you have to. I have to be in the mood for a La Aurora to smoke one because they're so powerful. I mean that's just the way it is with me. I love them dearly though. La Aurora is one of my favorite cigar companies. Power, getting cedar, getting like strong like tobacco flavor along with like pencil lead and not so much charcoal. I'm getting pencil lead and kind of like leather oil, kind of floral. There's a floral note to what I'm smoking right now. Along with some power and pencil lead and tobacco. It's a light tobacco flavor along with cedar. Kind of in like the profile of, say, like an Opus X or a Romeo and Julieta. Um, but uh, but this is a lot more powerful. I mean, to me, this is more powerful than Opus, and Opus is known for power. So I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, there's some leather, some like kind of tastes like poison. It's got like that leather oily taste to it that I don't know. I equate to poison, but it's not poisoning me or anything. But it's just a strong smoke. It's just a strong smoke. Just straight power. I mean, like this is a serious smoke. That's probably another reason why I'm like, I haven't smoked all of them already. It's such a serious, powerful smoke that it kind of scares you away from like smoking it all the time, which is probably a good thing. I mean, like at least I have a few more of these. I mean, to me, this is like an experienced smoker's kind of like cigar. It's just powerful, serious smoke. It's like a man's cigar. Just a wonderful, wonderful smoke. Gonna go ahead and drink some Anchor Steam. It's nice, pairs well with the La Aurora. It's a powerful beer, serious beer. There's no sweetness in sight in this beer, but it's very balanced though, even without the sweetness. It's got a nice caramel, kind of like dark black coffee flavor, with a light body, so it's easier to drink than like say a stout or a porter. Kind of like a sharper, darker brown ale, without any sweetness. So it's a good pairing with this cigar. They make good they make good bedmates. Hmm. Wow, I mean the aroma is tobacco, but the draw is like just like pencil lead, floral notes, um, light tobacco, cedar. Um, just a very seriously beautiful smoke. Drink some coffee. Drink some Anchor Steam. So I'm going to give you one more tasting of this wonderful, beautiful, kind of like historic cigar, the La Aurora 107. Um, it's it is what it is, man. I mean, I suggest you pick one up if you have the fortitude to smoke such a strong cigar. Um, it makes you a man. I mean, it grows hair probably in places that it shouldn't. So here we go. Spicy, pencil lead, cedar, um, light tobacco. Not light in terms of like flavor, but in terms of color. Um, I think that's influenced by the cedar. Just a wonderful smoke. So that's where we are right now into the first third of the La Aurora 107 Robusto. I'm gonna take a break here and smoke the La Aurora. Excuse my burp. Into the second third. I'll give you tasting notes from the break, and I'll be right back. Break out the Abuelo. Give you an idea how that pairs with the La Aurora 107. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week out there. Again, today is Monday, October 1st, so Halloween's coming. The fall weather's coming. The leaves are changing. It's a wonderful time of the year before Christmas and Thanksgiving. Anyway, you guys take care out there. I'll be right back after the break. See ya. Hey, back again into the second portion of this episode of a cigar review for the La Aurora 107 Robusto. Like I said, this Robusto is probably like, I guess around 2 or 3 years old. It comes in my personal stock. Some tasting notes during the break. Wow, where to begin? I'm getting a strong like pencil lead, um, really really good tobacco flavor, very spicy, um, along with cedar, um, leather, earth, um, and it's not like the same all the time. It like different like flavors kind of like take the focus from draw to draw. Um, but a lot of steady, sometimes a lot of steady like leather and pencil lead and tobacco. Kind of reminds me of like Romeo and Julieta, Reserve Royale, or an Opus. That leather, that pencil lead, the cedar. There's cedar in this too. Spice. It's just a very beautiful smoke. kind of conflicted to how I really think about scoring this La Aurora 107. Because like sometimes there are like these at the beginning of the second third, there were like these floral notes that were like kind of like off tasting, like not too off tasting, but kind of like changing, what I kind of like find personal to myself that I like. Um, but I mean, you might be different. I would at that point I would have graded like a 4.5 stars out of five. Right now it's smoking like a 5 out of 5 star cigar. So we'll see what it is in the end. I want to touch on construction. Perfect construction. Draw from Jump Street. Just perfect. Very voluminous amount of smoke. Easy draw, producing voluminous amounts of smoke. Haven't had to touch it up once. This is the burn line. It's pretty good. Haven't had to touch it up once. No complaints on construction. There's a wonderful, wonderful smoke right now. The Aurora 107. The anniversary 107. It's celebrating the 107 years of cigar making by Aurora. Wonderful, wonderful smoke. It's the robusto size. I was getting charcoal too. I failed to mention charcoal. There's charcoal in this too, along with the pencil lid that kind of like cuts through the richness of the tobacco and the leather and the cedar. Just a wonderful combination. Very spicy too. I'm gonna go ahead and pair this with the Abuelo um, 7-year-old out of Panama rum. Abuelo in Spanish means grandfather, which is kind of appropriate to what I was describing the Aurora Cigar Company. I described it as pretty much the grandfather of Dominican cigar producing companies. It's the first Dominican cigar company and the oldest, so I mean that's how I ascribe that designation as Aurora being the grandfather of Dominican cigars. So here we go, the Abuelo 7-year-old rum from Panama. That's like quarter of 10 right now, October 1st, 2018, in Baltimore, Maryland, Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Seaboard, Eastern Standard Board. So that's the Abuelo 7-year-old. Mm. It doesn't smell like it kind of smells like a whiskey, but it's kind of like more rounded and stronger caramel nose coming right now. Yeah, much sweeter than a whiskey. It's a lighter caramel flavor than whiskey. It's not a tangy, sharp caramel note that a lot of whiskeys can have. It's more of a um, rounded caramel flavor. Um, Chases with some water. um, it's a really nice pairing with the Aurora. Both the rum and the cigar are fabricated, grown, and produced in Caribbean countries. Dominican Republic for the Aurora, and Panama from and sorry, and La Abuelo from Panama. So they're good playmates. So food is wonderful. Very nutty now. Very nutty. Like I said, like this profile is similar to like a Romeo and Juliet of Reserve Royale, and a lot of Romeo and Juliet and a lot of opuses. It's a wonderful smoke. Nice pairing with the Abuelo 7-year-old. Very nice. Just enjoying this night, smoking a great La Aurora. Drinking some Abuelo. Beautiful night now. It's become a lot cooler since it's around almost 10 o'clock here in Baltimore. 10 o'clock at night. Shooting outdoors. I mean, what? I mean, what can be better, right? I'm smoking a great cigar, drinking a great rum in the great outdoors. But it's the fall now, October 1st. The weather is beautiful, so cool. I would say the temperature is around 64 degrees right now. Oh, nutty, charcoal, spice, tobacco. Ah, that is nice. I mean, I don't know. If this isn't the good life, what is, right? You know what I mean? It's like, most people on the East Coast are out of work right now, whether or not, they get a chance to unwind or whatever. I'm sure like everyone gets a chance to unwind when they get home after work or whatever they're doing, whether they're in school or in work or stay at home. I mean, like, when it becomes like a certain time at night, I mean, I'm hoping everyone can find some time to just relax and, just find a peaceful time and just enjoy yourself. I mean, I hope you can. I mean, sounds good to me, but wonderful smoke. A lot of leather there, pencil lead, tobacco. Pairs well with the abuelo. Like I said, like cigars, and like alcoholic beverages or whatever beverage you wanna drink with your cigars. They're natural bedfellows. You know what I mean? I mean it's just what a lot of cigar smokers do when they smoke a cigar, and it's a wonderful pairing. Cigars and beverages, especially alcoholic beverages. I mean, alcohol makes you feel good anyway, so And there's something naughty about drinking alcohol. I mean, that little aspect of liquor, drinking liquor or alcohol, it adds to the kind of like the experience of smoking a cigar. If you're drinking it with like liquor, which is a, like kind of like a naughty kind of like connotation to it. So it's nice. It's a nice pairing. All right. So I've been telling you a little bit about this beautiful La Aurora 107 robusto 3-year-old. Pairing it with some wonderful Abuelo. I'm gonna give you a tasting of this cigar before I head into my next break. Like I've said, I'm tasting a lot of like tobacco, nuttiness, charcoal, pencil lead, spice, cedar, earth. Not too much sweetness. This cigar is really not known for sweetness anyway, which I like. I mean, I'd rather have a cigar with very little sweetness or no sweetness at all. I prefer that. I mean, that's my general taste. So, maybe one more tasting of this. I hope you guys are all doing well out there. Mm. A lot of charcoal and tobacco, spice. Um, Really reminds me of a Romeo and Juliet kind of cigar or an Opus. But like I said, in the earlier part of the second third, there was a little floral note that kind of like threw me off a little bit. And that's generally associated with a lot of low rollers that I smoke. But right now, it's smoking beautifully. The draw is beautiful. The burn is beautiful. Um, I mean, you can see the burn. I mean, I haven't had to touch this up once. Um, Just a wonderfully constructed cigar with beautiful flavors. That's where I am right now. I mean, if I was to grade this cigar, I've never given a 3/4 kind of like designation to any of my reviews. But right now, this is like a 4 3/4 to a 5-star cigar. We'll see where it is. We're into probably the halfway point into the second third of the Aurora 107. I'm going to split it down to the final third. I'll give you some notes of the what I tasted during the break, and anyway, I hope you guys are all having a wonderful start to the week, wherever you are, and I hope you guys are all well out there. And I'll catch you after the break. Ciao. All right, hey, back again. We're into the final portion of this cigar review for the La Aurora 107 Años. As you can tell, we're into the final third. Construction has been excellent. I mean, just a full draw from the beginning up until this point. Just a large amount of smoke. Had to touch it up. Oh, it's a minor touch up. Very minor touch up. I have to say that for this La Aurora 107 Años, the draw has been full from the beginning. Flavor has been full from the beginning. And strength has been full from the beginning. I do have to say, though, that with 3 years age on it, it's not quite the powerhouse that it was when I first bought it. And I'm enjoying this, so I'll probably be smoking a heck of a lot more of these. Which is a bad thing because I'll probably end up running out of them. I mean, I'm probably have to buy another box or whatever. But I have to say this about any kind of low roller cigar. I mean, this is my opinion. I think that no cigar collection is complete without the inclusion of at least one type of low Aurora box of cigars. I mean, or at least multiples of a low Aurora of a particular any low Aurora cigar. I mean, that's my opinion. I think that no cigar collection is complete without the inclusion of low Aurora cigars. Mine has low Aurora cigars, and you know, I love my cigar collection. I have a lot of great cigars, as you can tell by the reviews that I've made. I would say that 90% of the cigars that I've reviewed on this series of reviews, cigar reviews, including this La Aurora, are out of my own collection, and you can see the grades that I have given those cigars. I love my cigars. I love my La Aurora. Um, while on the break, the tasting notes that I tasted for this La Aurora, um, the dominant profile is like leather and pencil lead. Something that I equate to really good opuses. I love that flavor profile. You might not love it, but I do. There's something just so comforting about it, leather and pencil lead. Something so simple yet so appealing about leather and pencil lead. It doesn't mess with your brain. It's just very straightforward, very simple, and to me very delicious. Also, good tobacco flavor, spice, charcoal. Just a wonderful smoke. Like I said, it's been full body, full flavor, full strength the whole way. There was earlier in the second third some perfumey, kind of like weird, not weird, but floral kind of thing that was throwing me off. That I characterize in a lot of low auroras. That's gone away. Right now I would grade this a solid 5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, from the beginning, full body, full flavor, full strength, with a full draw from the beginning. Very good construction. Just a wonderful smoke. So it's a beautiful Baltimore night out here around 10:15 in the evening. Little breeze, kind of cool, kind of beautiful. It's my favorite kind of weather. I would say it's probably around 63 degrees out here. That's Fahrenheit. I mean, I don't. For everybody who uses like the centigrade, I don't know what that is. You know, whether you're in Europe or whatever, whoever uses centigrade measurement system, but for temperature. And I'm comparing this the La Aurora 107 Años with some Abuelo 7-year-old rum from Panama. Just a wonderful combination. I mean, this has got a rounded caramel flavor that kind of like helps the mainly leather and pencil lead and tobacco. There is cedar in this, but this has a richer flavor. But has a more simple, just kind of like direct, uncomplicated flavor. That's I find very delicious. So. Spice, rich tobacco flavor, charcoal, just wonderful. Followed up with some abuelo. So let me summarize and wrap up this edition of my cigar reviews for the La Aurora 107. Um, the characteristics of the cigar have been exemplar. Just full draw, voluminous amount of smoke, easy full draw, full flavor, full body, full strength from the beginning. Um, at the beginning of the second third, there were some like floral notes that were kind of throwing me off. That I characterized with a lot of Auroras. It settled down into a very like pencil lead leather kind of profile with good tobacco flavor, spice, charcoal, cedar, and earth. Just a wonderful, wonderful cigar. Great tobacco flavor, charcoal, spice. Just wonderful. So my recommendation: 5 out of 5 stars. Um, you know, I'm just telling you what I experienced. Like I said, this is like a 3-year-old, at least a 3-year-old La Aurora. When fresh, they're very extremely powerful. So at least you should go in knowing that. The flavors that I'm getting, once it settled down from the floral notes that I was getting earlier, just a lot of steady pencil lead and leather, good tobacco flavor, spice, charcoal, cedar. Yeah, so if you like those kind of profiles, then I suggest you pick one up. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and end this review with a toast. I hope you guys are well out there. Um, take care of yourselves. I wish everyone peace and love. And anyway, to a good life for everyone around the world. Cheers. Mm, very good. Delicious. What a great cigar. So anyway, this has been the review of the La Aurora 107 Años. Um, just a wonderful, wonderful cigar. My highest recommendation, 5 out of 5 stars. If you liked what you heard, I suggest you pick up a stick or a couple of them, smoke one fresh, smoke one aged or a couple of aged. Anyway, I'm gonna end this review the way I usually do. I wish you all good health, good wealth, good fortune, good friends, and family. You all take care out there and have a good night. Take care.